Here are the 10 rarest and most unique people with shocking medical conditions who live life at its fullest. The guy without lower extremity. Zhang Clark. Zhang Clark is a successful wrestler and a Guinness World Record holder for walking on his hands. Clark was born with Caudal regression syndrome due to his birth mother abusing drugs during pregnancy. In Zhang's case, he was born missing both of his legs. 1 in every 100,000 children are born with the congenital condition each year. Clark has a growing list of achievements, including All-American wrestler at Kent State, 2-time state track champion, Guinness World Record holder fastest man on 2 hands for the 20-meter sprint. He is so popular that he has a huge followers on Instagram and TikTok. Clark, who has been an inspiration, recently released a book Xiuzhen Unmatched, and a documentary about him was released on Netflix. The Unicorn Woman, Liang Xiuzhen. A woman with an abnormal growth in the middle of her head that appears to be in the shape of a large horn has become known in her village as the Unicorn Woman. Liang Xiuzhen noticed a black mole on her head that started to itch continuously. They tried to treat it with Chinese medicine, but it gradually began to develop into a small horn-like mass. It is said to have broken and another larger horn began growing in its place. It has grown to 13 centimeters long. Doctors say they can surgically remove the growth, but the family is hesitant because of Xiuzhen's age. The horn is apparently a cutaneous horn or cornucutaneum, a type of skin tumor which can also have the appearance of wood or coral. While they are usually small and benign, some can prove to be much larger and in some cases malignant. Another woman with a horn, but with 2. Zhang Ruifang. A Chinese grandmother named Zhang Ruifang gained fame for having 2 horns sprouting from her forehead. The first horn had measured nearly 2.5 inches, while the second had just begun to grow. While most would be less than pleased with such a development, she was reportedly thrilled about it and refused offers to have the horns removed. The earliest case of a horned human on record is of Wang. He is from China as well. He had a 13-inch horn on the back of his head. The Mermaid Girl. Shiloh Peppin. Known as Mermaid Girl, Shiloh Peppin was one of only 3 people in the world living with sirenomelia, or mermaid syndrome. She was born with only 1 partially working kidney, no lower colon or genital organs, and legs fused from the waist down. Some children who have survived sirenomelia have had surgery to separate their legs, but Shiloh did not because blood vessels crossing from side to side in her circulatory system would have been severed. Doctors said babies who were born with rare condition sirenomelia are only likely to survive for hours, possibly days after her birth, but she exceeded all expectations. Shiloh died in 2009 at age 10. Shiloh was the only person in the world known to have survived this condition for any length of time. The cause of the disease is still a mystery. Doctors believe that blood circulation doesn't develop normally and the womb, kidneys, and other organs don't form as they should. The lady who has a severely saggy skin. Sara Geurts. Sara Geurts, who is now a model, was just 10 years old when she was diagnosed with a rare skin condition called Dermatosparaxis Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, or EDS, a connective tissue disorder that inhibits the body's ability to produce collagen. As a consequence, Geurts has skin that wrinkles prematurely and makes her look way beyond her years. Her skin is more delicate and less elastic than most people her age. She mentioned that her skin was her biggest insecurity. But now she thinks it's the most beautiful thing ever. As per her, each imperfection you have is individual to you, and it tells a story about you and who you are, and the struggle and the journey that you have been on. Plus, Geurts isn't alone. Models like Winnie Harlow, who has vitiligo, and Mirian Njoh, who has albinism, are introducing the world to a more expansive definition of beauty by celebrating their skin differences. The Tree Man. Dede Koswara. Dede Koswara, also known as the Tree Man, was an Indonesian carpenter who suffered epidermodysplasia verruciformis, or EV, a rare disease that causes the human papillomavirus, or HPV, to grow uncontrollably, leading to the development of scaly warts resembling tree bark. He received criticism from the people around him for having an unknown disease for most of his life. The disease was so severe Koswara's hands and feet were covered with more than 13 pounds of warts, also called cutaneous horns. The severity of his condition gave him international notoriety, including several feature-length documentaries highlighting his plight. In 2008, he underwent surgery to have 13 pounds of warts removed from his body. Since the operation was such a success, he had been able to participate in Sudoku and wear flip-flops. Even still, The growth persisted and required 2 surgical procedures per year to keep the infections under control. The lady with the backward feet. Wang Fang. A Chinese woman born with abnormal hands and feet has wowed doctors with her progress. Wang Fang was born with this rare disorder which caused her feet to grow backwards. When she was born, it was feared that she wouldn't be able to walk properly, but she has been as normal as any other human being. She has learned to live with her condition and recently refused a disability pension. The bearded lady. Harnaam Kaur. Harnaam Kaur is a young lady who was a former teaching assistant from England who now works as a body-positive campaigner and model. She first appeared in Guinness World Records 2017 as the record holder for the youngest female with a full beard. Harnaam was diagnosed with polycystic ovary syndrome or PCOS when she was 12 years old, a condition that millions of people around the world have. One of the symptoms of PCOS is hirsutism, or the ability to grow excessive facial and body hair. Kaur is able to grow a full beard as a result of her condition. When Harnaam Kaur first started to notice hair growing on her face, chest and arms, she was trapped in a constant cycle of shaving and bleaching. However, at the age of 16 she was baptized as a Sikh, which meant she had to let her facial hair grow out. Now she fully embraces her beard as well as the hair on her chest and arms. The woman with the largest natural breasts. Anna Hawkins Turner. Annie Hawkins Turner aka Norma Stitz, is a fetish model from Atlanta, Georgia who holds the Guinness World Record for the largest natural breasts. Her breasts have a size of 102ZZZ and they weigh 30 kilograms each. She began developing breasts at the age of 5 and by 9 she was already wearing a size 36D and is still continuously growing up to now. Hawkins Turner was diagnosed with gigantomastia or breast hypertrophy. It is a rare condition that involves developing extremely large breasts due to excessive breast tissue growth, the reason for her rapid and disproportionate breast growth. She said that every time she gets a new doctor, they are offering her surgery although she doesn't need surgery because she has got a strong back and has never had backache. She had therapy on how to hold herself so she wouldn't hurt herself. Performer who defies disability. Tiffany Geigel. Tiffany is a dancer, model, actress and activist. She was born with Geurts syndrome, a rare, genetic bone disorder which often results in a curved spine and a noticeably short neck and torso. Geurts syndrome alters the way the spine and ribs grow, affecting approximately 1 in 200,000 people. Due to doctors misunderstanding her condition, it was believed Tiffany wouldn't survive and that she would be severely handicapped. As a kid, she thought little of her condition and never received any differential treatment. She even took dance classes with other children in her Brooklyn, New York, neighborhood. Due to the way her spine grew, she is only 4 foot tall and despite her organs being compacted she has been declared one of the healthiest people with her condition. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Have a wonderful life.